Hey up viewers and viewresses, my name is General Strategist and welcome back to another Danganronpa fan game. Now we haven't done one of these in a while. I think the last one we did was Hope Restoration. Was that the last one that we did? Which was quite a while back. This one, however, I picked up off itch.io. There's actually a couple of iterations of this one. There was an old browser version, and then there's this version which we're playing here, which is the version that you can download. This is Danganronpa New World Order, or Dangan Fanfic, as it says up there in the top left. So, this one looks interesting. It looks like it's got a very interesting art style. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to pick this one up. I'm going to see what it's like. And, yeah. So, as far as I'm aware, I think this is just a prologue. I think that's all there is to it, but we'll see. Okay, you know what? Let's just fucking throw ourselves right in. New game, ladies and gentlemen. Let's do this thing. Oh, hello. Daytime prologue. Okay, here we go. So, I don't know if any of the characters, but I've seen some, you know, pretty interesting art, like I say, so it does look pretty good. Now, I don't know what engine, actually, this is made in. I don't think it's, no, it's not an RPG Maker one, because I've got another one that I want to play at some point, which is another one that looks like it was made in RPG Maker, so we'll be getting to that at some point. But this one, I'm not sure. I think it possibly Unity? I don't know. I've no idea. And hopefully the volume's not too quiet. It's just unfortunately the main menu music was hella loud. I could barely hear myself talking, but you know what? It is quite quiet in the background, so I may just take it up a notch. 1 second, everybody. Okay, right, I've taken the volume up to just under 50%, so you should be able to hear it better. And I accidentally just clicked on the screen as well, but luckily I haven't missed anything. So, someone says, what? What is this? As usual, I'll be giving silly voices to these characters as of when we meet them. But, you know, for the time being, let's just get a feel for who these characters are and what they're like, and then we'll assign them some voices. Vaguely aware of the hard wooden floor that lay beneath, you found yourself trying desperately to recollect your thoughts. But nothing came. Interesting that it's in the second person, not the first person. Or rather, too much came at once. A torrent of confused memories and emotions which threatened to overwhelm your senses. You opened your eyes before they quickly squeezed themselves closed. An automatic response to the dazzling light that filled the room you were in. Seconds passed before you mustered up the courage to try again. Slowly, your vision began to swim into focus. Oh. As you sat up, grunting all the while from the effort, a solitary droplet of water ran slowly down your face. I mean, that sound effect sounded like more than just one, but okay. Oh. Hello, are you the protagonist? Interesting. And that, you know, kind of looking at their background there, that's a pretty impressive background. I wonder if that's an original artwork or if it's maybe taken from... I mean, it looks like a Hope's Peak classroom. It does look like a bit like one. Right, so you see my head. Okay, keep calm about this. It's just like any other day. There's bound to be a rational explanation for what just happened. Did you wake up just like Makoto did in the classroom with no idea where you are? Let's see. The raging torrent of confusion continued. But this time, it formed itself into a string of semi-coherent words. Also, I noticed there's a save and a load and a config file over here. Oh, if I go... Oh, hello. Okay, hang on. Actually, I might be able to configure the background volume of things here without the need to go into Volume Mixer. I was just confused because on the main menu it doesn't actually have an option screen, so I had to take the volume down using Volume Mixer. Okay, jump cut once again, everybody, whilst I just sort things out. I know this is very unprofessional of me, but 1 second. Okay, and we're back in, right? Yeah, I basically, in Volume Mixer, I just took the volume back up to max and then went into the actual config file and just took the music down quite far because it doesn't feel like really minimises it all that much. Maybe I'll put it on 1 actually, because that might be better, because I imagine there's going to be some louder music coming up at some point in this, so I'll probably want to be able to hear myself talk. Candidacy. Graveyard. Girl. Road. Crashing. Darkness. I was trying to do something about my candidacy, and along the way there was a graveyard. I was talking to a girl. Nothing too extraordinary. Well, it sounds a bit weird, but in more ways than one, you knew this to be wrong. Okay, time to start over. I like the character sprite though, you know. It's, you know, basic sort of fairly flat colours, but it's actually quite detailed. This is one of the reasons which, you know, well, one of the reasons that attracted me to this fan game. I was at a graveyard. It was a memorial? That's right, a memorial for the victims of that terrible killing game. Okay. The one that ended with... Ended with what? Are we talking about the original one from Trigger Happy Havoc, maybe? Then a girl came along. She had a distinct way of speaking. Of course, you'd phrased it as a question, not really expecting an answer. But the moment the last syllable escaped your mouth, you felt your face growing cold. Incidentally, I don't actually know how long this prologue is, so I'm just going to kind of play through the whole thing in one sitting, hopefully. And then, depending on how long it is, I may split it into more than one episode and just, you know, release them each one by one. The water that dripped down your face had begun to evaporate. Oh god, that was loud. Jesus. Water? Face? Maybe I'll just take the fucking sound effect volume down a bit there, just so that doesn't do that again. You turned around. Oh god. Well, hello there. What are you, fucking... Okay, we should be trying to guess their talents before we actually find out. Right. I'm going to guess you're some sort of ultimate priest or something. Some kind of ultimate shaman or whatever. I was wondering when you'd notice. Okay, that music's still pretty loud. Even on the lowest setting. God, do I need to friggin' keep fixing and fiddling with it? Okay, 1 second again, everybody. Alright, I'm back in. Alright, I've just reopened Volume Mixer and just took it down a little bit more. Because even on, like I say, the lowest setting, it just seems really quite loud in my ears, that's all. Because I'm using a headset, so we'll see how it goes. I was wondering when you'd notice. Jesus Christ. Yeah, apologies for all the jump cuts, ladies and gents. It's a bit all over the place, but I guess I'm just, you know, getting a feel for how everything is. Good lord, I'm just going to take that sound effect volume down even further, just because that's still quite loud. Reflexively, you found yourself taking several steps back, perhaps too quickly. Ow.
Just like a crate of hippos.
What was that friggin'... What was that little flavour text that you just said? Just like a crate of hippos? There's a very interesting little metaphor, or rather simile, I should say, not a metaphor, that you just used there. See, I remember my old high school English days. I've got to think, what would suitable voices be for these characters? I'm guessing you are something like a priest or a shaman or a soothsayer or something like that. I don't know, just the way you're dressing, or a monk, who knows. So, what would be your voice? What would I give you? Maybe like a very priestly voice. Well, aren't you just a bundle of soothing melodies? Oh, come on. What?
Thinking!
Okay, maybe that's actually not the right voice. But more importantly, it seems the experiment was a success. Maybe I'll give him my Yasuhiro voice from Trigger Happy Havoc.
What was that supposed to mean?
Oh no, wait, that's me talking, is it? Okay, the voices sound a bit similar, but I'm sure we'll work them out. Experiment? What the hell are you babbling about? The pipette experiment, of course. What else? Ugh. Let us go on a journey into the not-too-distant past, old boy. There was once a place not too different from this, with ghastly orange walls. It was there that the ultimate psychologist let his inquisitive mind run free. Ultimate psychologist. Is that me, or is that you? And in doing so, conducted an experiment. One that would ascertain how humans respond when placed abruptly into an unknown environment. Oh, God. I accidentally just brought up the friggin' log. Didn't mean to do that.
That only makes sense.
Yes, and he found that nobody cares about mildly irritating stimuli under such circumstances. I think the 3 question marks is me, the 1 question mark is him. What's that? Oh no, I was looking at his eyes for a second then. I thought he had heterochromia, but actually I think it's just that one strand of hair goes down over his right eye. Just makes it look a different colour, but actually I don't think it is. Because you can see the edges of it. How did I...
The possibilities are endless.
It seems your memories are starting to return. Memories, such fleeting things. To think they form part of the essential calculus of human experience. I know big words. Now, please do continue. What happened at the graveyard? Oh right, you were listening in. Without thinking too much, you decided to oblige. I lost someone in the killing game. Oh. Did you? He was a great No. A great friend. The memorial was along the way to the candidacy centre, so I thought it was worth stopping by.
Interesting.
So, you're also an ultimate? Huh? You mentioned a candidacy centre. God, that's a hard one to say. Bit of a tongue twister. There are several in every country equipped to fly world candidates to a centralised location for testing. For security reasons, only officials and the world candidates themselves should know the locations of these centres. And if you don't mind my saying so, you don't seem much like an official. But I seem like an ultimate?
I asked a question.
How do you know so much about this?
How disappointing.
What are you, friggin' Nagito all of a sudden? Is the answer not obvious? Surely a candidate of the World Empire, what? The World Empire, what? Knows better than to ask questions they can answer themselves. The value of an answer is determined by the quality of its journey. A wise man said that once. You groan internally. Is this how my students feel? Pardon?
Yeah. That was a mistake.
Ah, crap, I didn't mean to think that out loud. Point taken. So you're a teacher. If my assumptions are correct, the great family of education has you firmly in their sights. So is that where we are? At the testing facility?
How illogical.
If so, I doubt they needed to adapt such a heavy-handed approach.
I see.
Yeah, the men with their cars and masks was a bit much, wasn't it? This is like freaking the start of V3, where you saw Kaide being bloody kidnapped. Well, where you didn't see that happening, you just saw a picture of her saying that she was kidnapped. Ah! I was kidnapped. They ran my car off the road. And for the second time you felt as though your heart was being pierced by something ice cold. Well, I don't think we should jump to assumptions just yet. We don't know for sure that we're in any real danger at this point. Well, I mean, you were kidnapped, okay? If that's true, I think it's reasonable to believe you might just be in a bit of danger. How can you be so calm at a time like this? It's like Hajime asking Nagito in DR2, isn't it?
Flawed logic.
Panic is regressive. Oh, don't go all friggin' psycho mumbo-jumbo on me now, mate. Anyway, it seems that experience is also true for the other candidates. So I'm guessing the ultimate psychologist is him, right? That's him? I wonder if we're going to get some names here. Because it's a strange conversation that we're having. Other candidates? You mean there's more people here? Of course there are. There's going to be at least 14 other people. I believe that is a given. You're a member of the 50th batch, and if their metrics are accurate, this would make you one of the 16 most qualified people in the world. How did you... So, you're a member of the 50th batch too? You learn quickly.
It seems the time is ripe to engage in the introduction of oneself.
Maybe actually I should give him the Shakespearean voice that I gave Sonia Nevermind in DR2. Because he's a bit more dramatic and a bit more verbose. Allow me to sip tea whilst I ponder on that.
You may call me Sigmund. I think, therefore I am.
Sigmund, eh? You know, with the Danganronpa games, when you read into how the devs selected names for their characters, you often find that a lot of thought goes into that kind of thing. So if you're a psychologist, as I suspect, you named after Freud, then...
The ultimate philosopher.
Oh, never mind. Philosopher. So who's the psychologist? Is that me? Okay, Sigmund. What's your surname, though? Or maybe I should give him a German accent, because he's called Sigmund. Could do. Could give him a German accent, couldn't we? Let's not keep the others waiting, yeah? With you here, our entire batch is now accounted for. Wait, just a minute. I'll introduce myself too. Yes, please do.
My name is Blaze, and I'm the ultimate teacher.
Okay, ultimate teacher. You did say that a moment ago.
As you already know.
And that's us. There we are. Does anybody have surnames around here? Or is everyone just referred to by one name? Correction. Oh, correction, I didn't know. Oh shit, I keep doing that. That's weird. It's like I keep clicking something that makes it go to the log. It was merely an assumption, nothing more. For a teacher to be so careless of his phraseology... I pride myself on not being overly pedantic with my teaching style, thank you very much. Yeah, there you go, Blaze. Freaking tell him.
Interesting.
Oh, I can tell ya.
What was that supposed to mean?
Thinking!
But despite this, I can tell you have all the hallmarks of a great leader, yeah. Including a flexible and open mind. Okay, you know what? We're going with the German for this one. What would a teachery voice, though, be? What about, like, the pedantic voice that I gave Mahiru in DR2? I say, pedantic, like, well, actually. I look forward to working with you for the betterment of our world. Huh.
Again?
Actually, say again. But he'd already left the room. Actually, he's a weird one, alright. But at least his heart seems to be in the right place. I think. Ooh, here we are. Yeah, it does look very Hope's Peak-esque, doesn't it? I hope you weren't evading for long. Oh. Okay, first person. Right, so we've got an ultimate teacher. We've got an ultimate philosopher. But what would you be? It's a very interesting outfit you've got on there. And I see the earrings as well, like little upside-down crosses. What are you, the ultimate pagan? Something like that? Ultimate witch? I don't know. Or are you the ultimate shaman? Something like that, I don't know. I have a clue. Now, what would your voice be? Your hairstyle does remind me a bit of Akane from DR2. I was looking on the itch.io download page for this, and it did say that the person making this for their art, did do some, like, traces, assuming of, like, existing characters and stuff, just so they can get, like, the hairstyles and presumably also outfits sometimes correct. Because there is one character who I saw on a screenshot whose outfit, it was one of the female characters whose outfit looks a bit like Volume 4 Weiss Schnee from Ruby. You'll see, probably, because we'll encounter her at some point. The wait was neither too long nor too little, but precisely as willed. What are you, Gandalf? Good lord.
Speak to me, O divine eye.
Such is the way of the divine eye. Okay, you're a priestess, something like that. Priestess, witch, sorcerer. So it's only you. Viva anticipating a larger welcoming party. Nobody knew where you went when you left us behind, Sigmund, so they're off exploring right now. I predict you'll bump into most, if not all of them, just by walking around. It is as the stars decreed, an inescapable fate. Just like the chance encounter between myself, you, and him.
Thinking!
Now where could he be? Hiding behind my ample figure, perhaps?
What was that supposed to mean?
Actually, I'm not hiding. You haven't spoken this whole time. Okay, what voice should I give you? What should I give you? We got German. We got the Mahiru voice. What about... Let me think. What about... fuck it, just a random one. Scottish. I don't know. Something like that, maybe. Oh, I haven't spoken this whole time. I'm not scaring you, am I? Huh. And you are?
There's no need to worry.
Oh, let me get a good look first, will ya?
Just as the stars foretold, I am Eden, the ultimate psychic and budding
okay.
humanitarian.
I mean, yeah, I feel like we were on sort of the vague area of something slightly more... No, something more spiritual. I was about to say supernatural, but that's not really the right word, I don't think.
Pleased to meet you.
Okay, then, psychic. Or maybe... Instead of Scottish, I should go for like an old Irish fortune teller sort of voice, I don't know. Or, sort of, I need to get into the zone now to do my Irish accent. Hey, fucking Mary, I'll read your palms for you. I like that, Cross my palms with silver. Psychic, did I hear that right? Hey, you certainly did. I'll have you know that I'm a genuine, bona fide psychic. Seriously, cross my palms with silver and I'll read you your fortune. I'll look at the tea leaves and tell you what they say. She can't be serious. And did her accent just intensify? It sure did. And before you say it, I'll have you know I'm not just reading your tells.
Do not assume.
I'd prefer not to be likened to a mere two-bit gambler, thank you very much. It changed again? Yeah, I know I need to work on it. I only used to do it to entertain the customers, but it's become a habit. It's a tad sporadic at the mo.
Speak to me, O divine eye.
Those little flavour text bits. Time is what I need, but whenever you need it the most, it's always busy running out. Just how is she doing it? As loath as I am to admit, there are many things about her which defy scientific explanation.
What would Freud say?
Well, that's an immediate reference, there we go. mentioned Sigmund Freud before, and then he says it. Her professed ability to read minds is one of them, as is Orzad Malachi about the stars under his so-called divine eye. Hey, say what you will about the divine eye,
You know.
but you ain't fooling no one with that woeful-looking stick of yours, Sigmund. You fucking bastard. You know what I'm like. Whenever I do these voices, I always like to add words of my own. As for you, Blaze, I see a great fortune ahead of you. I'm sorry about what happened to your pupil and friend. That's always a pretty crappy thing to have to deal with.
The silence
And worse still,
intensifies.
its inevitability has been decreed by the stars themselves. Hell fucking Mary! Was there a way for him to live? You're asking if there was a universe where his journey didn't end in self-sacrifice? Perhaps. Self-sacrifice. Interesting. I'm trying to think. He's talking about someone who he's lost in a killing game? So I'm like going over all the previous Danganronpa games, trying to think, you know, who could it be who kind of sacrificed themselves? I mean, I can think of some who kind of did. I can think of like Nekomaru and Gundam in DR2, or like Kaito and Kokichi in V3. You could argue they kind of sacrificed themselves. Or Ryoma as well. He kind of sacrificed himself. But sometimes effort merely delays the inevitable. I should know. Had I not been around, the ultimate humanitarian would have died many times over from Ebola. Ebola? Okay, he's an ultimate humanitarian somewhere. All that effort and for what? So he could be murdered while playing dress-up? Much was lost that day. He truly was a great man. Aye, Hail Mary. Our age deceased have never been the same since. I'm sorry for your loss, yeah.
There's no need to worry.
Well, Mobin ain't gonna get us nowhere. She does definitely have a bit of an Akane vibe to her. I can't remember what voice I gave to Akane in DR2. You know, you're not that bad. So you really were scared. Could you find that out just by reading my thoughts? It depends. Mix even a drop of hostility into your thoughts and suddenly everything goes kaput.
The silence intensifies.
Yeah, despite my assurances, I'm still banned from every poker tournament that matters. What a shame. Now, Blaze, if you'd allow me to pass on some prophetic wisdom.
I call upon the stars.
Don't judge a book by its cover. Isn't that actually an ordinary saying? An ordinary saying, but I assure you that it was received as a vision.
Equilibrium draws closer.
These little sound bites are great. It could be a warning for all I know. Besides, judging people by their appearances is bad juju. Not a great way to get a girlfriend, or a boyfriend for that matter. Who am I to judge? Of course you'd know all about that, right, Sigmund? The ambiguity is noted, yeah. But I'll have you know that I'm interested in an altogether different form of experimentation. Man, these two sure make for an interesting pair. Do that. Oh god, I just nearly accidentally dragged the fucking boundary. Oh god. Okay, stop doing that. I'm doing this in Bandicam screen record mode, everyone, so if you just saw a couple of things flashing up on the side then, it's because I accidentally just clicked the bars of the square where it's recording. Okay. I pretend I didn't hear that. God, what an unprofessional video this has been so far from me. All that weird faffing around with the volume, and now this.
I offer you my guidance.
Just know that there is a little in this world that happens without purpose. You do well to remember that. A valid enough message. Glad we're in agreement. Is there anything else you wish for me to divine while we're here? Oh. Getting out of here. About death. A humanitarian psychic. You often... Yeah, you did say a moment ago about being a humanitarian psychic, whatever that was. Getting out of here, maybe? Or... death? Maybe, because... let me say that our character did have someone he lost. Let's ask about death. Because why the hell not? About death. I understand the basic premise that death is unavoidable, but surely that doesn't mean that you can't save someone from dying in a specific moment. I suppose there is a certain beauty in trying to defy fate, but every prevented death is more than just a simple postponement of fate.
The silence intensifies.
Death always claims its dues in the end. It knows when it's been cheated, which means those you've saved always end up reaching the final destination a lot sooner than you'd like. There's a reason I tell my clients to be wary of such things as tanning beds. I guess that makes sense, in a way. Personally, I think death can be as a characterized. Okay, I think there's a bit of a weird sentence construction there. I think it should say I think death can be characterized as a particularly satisfying question, not can be as a characterized as a, because that doesn't make sense.
As logic dictates.
Von where millions of journeys could be made, but they all lead to the same outcome. Once the precise nature of that journey is determined by the type of person you are. I think we all need new hobbies. Huh. You may be onto something there.
Thank the stars.
You know, Blaze, you ain't half bad yourself. Come here and let me give you a big fucking kiss. Might have just added a line of my own there. Well, I best not hold either of you for any longer. You've only skimmed the very top of the candidacy pool, and I'm very much behind in my own exploration efforts. Farewell! And just like that, she dashed off. Eden's really interesting, isn't she, Sigmund? Indeed.
The possibilities are endless.
Precisely the sort of person I'd entrust with the great family of aid. Was that a compliment? This is a candidacy selection process we're talking about. She's in the 50th batch because that's precisely where she deserves to be. Now, about earlier. You mentioned a girl. I'd be interested to hear more. Why choose now to raise the topic again? I think Blaze is gradually turning more and more posh. Memory. Huh? Memory is what define us. Without them, an essential ingredient of our characters would be missing. You could walk around as an entirely different person without realising. Something about an essential calculus, was it? Oh wait, that's Blaze talking. Damn it, I got that wrong slightly, but never mind. Indeed. Yes, there's a value of retaining even the most innocuous of memories. May be far greater than you believe. You don't need to tell me twice. That girl. That girl. Ah, am I interrupting something? Now, who's this? Huh? Oh, hello. Okay, we've got a new character. Alright, see the face mask? You're a doctor. Or something to do with medicine. I'm saying that right now. Or some kind of science. You're that new guy, aren't you? Indeed you are. But to wake up so long after everyone else...
Are you part of... them?
Were you sent here by them? Who's them, exactly?
This must be the work of my arch nemesis.
Oh god, what are you? Maybe you're a vigilante or something, who knows? Who else but my arch nemesis? I really don't know what you're talking about. You really don't know, huh? Very well, but I don't think I'm dropping my guard just because you came to my humble clinic. What are you, the friggin' male version of me Khan? You gonna start stuttering? Clinic? Blaze, I advise you to do more than just parrot the person to whom you're speaking. Force of habit, okay?
This isn't right.
What voice should I give you? Let me think this through. Maybe just the Mikan voice. From DR2. Oh, blimey! Wait, so you haven't heard of my clinic? Yes. Could it be you mean it's burned down? Yes, I can finally achieve my dream. Well, I think you need to relax a bit, old boy. Oh, relax this, calm down that. Honestly, I'm sick of it all.
How do you like that?
I'm sick of cutting people up for a living. Surgeon? Is that what you are? Cosmetic surgeon, something like that? What? Oh, don't look at me like that. Next you'll say you've never had the urge to cut someone up in your life.
And why exactly not?
All lies, as I say. They say there's only one cure for all afflictions. I knew it.
And that would be? A quick consultation with me, the ultimate doctor.
Okay, my original guess was there. Okie doke. Not sure how I'd feel about a nervous doctor, but
Phoenix
okay.
is the name. Pleased to meet your unhealthy acquaintance.
You have an interesting way of introducing yourself, Phoenix. Okie doke. Right, so we've got number 4 here of 16. Ah, Doctor, yeah, I've called it completely. I never once doubted this. ...
That only makes sense.
I mean, he did mention a clinic. Oh, pardon? Never mind. I take it you're the candidate for pharmaceuticals and therapy? Absolutely. Well, the bizarre name for a great family, if you ask me. I'm sure there's a reason for that.
Arch nemesis. He strikes again.
Who the hell is your arch nemesis? You mentioned it twice now. I'll say the same thing about the actions of my arch nemesis. That doesn't make it true. May I ask if you are related to the ultimate psychologist in some way?
Medically speaking.
So they mentioned the ultimate psychologist a couple of times. Is the ultimate psychologist the friend Blaze has lost? I don't know. In which case, that would be referring to a completely unseen killing game, I guess. Oh yeah, I was his personal doctor. Used to visit him every Sunday for his weekly checkup. Gave him the best possible treatment food could buy. I swear, ate on many crates of hippos. What's with the hippos thing? Sigmund, does this mean you knew the ultimate mathematician? Who the hell is the ultimate mathematician? It seems you too have noticed a pattern. Yes, I knew him. His stewardship of our faculty was truly without peer. As out of us before he joined the Eight. Many good people lost their lives when he was convinced to use his knowledge for evil.
How disappointing.
It is always a shame to witness the fall of a brilliant mind. There's a lot of threads coming out here that we don't know what they are just yet. I'm wondering if they're going to get clarified at some point. The same goes for your patient, Phoenix. Anyhow, I take it that you are multi-talented. Oh, you could say that.
An apple a day keeps the arch-nemesis away.
If I couldn't do everything, then I wouldn't have received this title. General checkups, anaesthesia, open heart surgery, doesn't matter. If it's got anything to do with medicine, I'm your man. Well, that's amazing. You must really love your work. Quite frankly, being a doctor is terrible. I'm regularly confused with serial killers just because I wield knives.
This isn't right.
It's a travesty, I tell you. I knew I should have listened to my heart, and not my head. My steady hands could have been put to so much better use elsewhere. What do you mean? Yes, my one true calling.
The allure of the burger!
McDonald's. Really? When I think of McDonald's, I'm pretty sure I think of RT Game on YouTube, with his friggin' weird builds he and his subscribers used to do in Minecraft and all that. Those of you who watch RT Game, you might know what I'm talking about. You may get the reference. A place where dreams come true, where the red that comes gushing out is the sauce from the burger upon taking a bite. Okay, so your ultimate dream is to open a friggin' fast food restaurant, is that it? Where the little red cells are ketchup stains and not hemoglobin. Where people come to you not because they're on the verge of death, but because they wish to fill their bellies.
McDonald's, here I come!
Yes, a most noble profession. I see. And now, I must resort to filling people's bellies in an entirely different way. Something tells me I shouldn't press for further details. But an option is, press for further details, leave it be. Leave it be, but in red. Well, this is a fantastic set of options, isn't it? I mean, what happens if I click leave it be, but in red? I fucking want to know. You know what? Channel name is General Red, let's go red. I should probably leave this be. You decide to leave it be. Good job.
Brilliant contribution.
Okay, M. Phoenix, it was nice to meet you. Oh, likewise.
The allure of the burger!
Yes, one of these days, our clinic will burn down, and the path to McDonald's will shine brighter than the gold of its arches. Dearie me. Let's just leave him to it, I guess. Okay, I wonder if maybe there would have been more if I'd pressed him, but who knows?
I would not be opposed.
There's no point dwelling over milk which has long since spilled. Hey Sigmund, do you mind if I run a few things by you? Please, go right ahead, yeah. I'd like to learn more about the candidacy process. No, remember would be the more accurate word. Let's start with what you know then. There's over 800 of us, 50 batches with 16 candidates in each, corresponding to the 16 great families. They were ranked in order of assumed proficiency and suitability.
That only makes sense.
So like you said earlier, that would make our batch the 50th batch, the most likely successors to the world empire. This is weird, this is. Are we in Hope's Peak? I only said Hope's Peak because some of the classroom before made me think of it. It just looks similar to, like, for example, the classroom you see in the DR3 anime, but the thing is here, they're talking about freaking world empires and candidacy processes and all kinds of weird shit. So maybe it's not connected to Hope's Peak or anything like that.
Interesting.
And do you remember how this candidacy system came to be? The Great Ruling War. A lot of people lost their lives because of the actions of some of the former great family heads. The entire world was plunged into chaos. But the cause of this is still unknown. In the previous killing game, it involved these great family heads. Most of them died, and that was the catalyst for the talent scouting program. A system intended to transfer power based on merit rather than heredity. If a teacher is truly only as good as their least capable student,
You have certainly exceeded my expectations.
then that student would be as formidable as they are enlightened. Still feels so strange to be complimented by him. Sigmund? Why, it's you. Oh, we got someone else. Hello? Was she standing there the whole time? Oh. Well, that's a sudden, interesting music change. What is your talent? These outfits, well, so far, you know, we haven't seen many of the characters in this, but a couple of the outfits so far have always been a bit sort of generic, or not generic, but good at kind of hiding what the talent is. Looking at you, I don't know what to say. Some sort of royalty. I don't know. I mean, I've no idea. You just seem very regal, that's all. Hello. She seems to be in a trance of sorts. Are we interrupting something?
Do you hear it?
There's a lot of people talking about gods and things, it feels like. What would your accent... What would a good accent for you be? Or maybe we should go Scottish for you then, since I've gone Irish for Eden, or whatever she was called. Oh, aye, not at all. For every god that decrees that I must do this, there are another 5 that will allow me to stop at any time. Who am I, you might be wondering? That too is a sacred question, born of existentialism and easily answered by a myriad of faiths. Priestess? Something like that, is that what you are?
Interesting.
I see your devotion is as unimpeachable as ever. Levitica. Okay, but of course. I'll be fine with the literal answer if that's okay.
You ask of the name whispered by the Lord to my parents and passed unto me?
Priestess?
That would be Levitica. To the humble flock, I am known
Oh,
as
missionary.
the ultimate missionary.
Okay, I was in the sort of right area. You know, priests, missionaries, religious people, yeah? Okay, a missionary. Quite an unexpected talent, actually. Some of these talents are quite a high level. They're quite interesting, aren't they? Missionary. Does anyone here speak normally, for crying out loud? Yeah, they all do speak quite verbosely, don't they? Oh, aye, surely there is but one definition of the word. Oh, how innocent of her. Nothing. Thinking out loud will get me killed one day. So when you say missionary, I presume you mean someone who tries to convert people to Christianity? Well, she could be a different religion for all you know, Blaze. Oh, aye, you're correct, but not just Christianity.
I am but a humble emissary.
It is my divine task to fill the hearts of all non-believers with faith of any kind. As also I earn the moniker emissary of all gods. Guidance, belief, passion, faith. Those are just some of the ideals I wish to disseminate to the entire globe. Just thinking about those ideals fills my heart with an indescribable warmth. That's a very Sayaka-esque pose, that. I wonder if that's been sort of traced a bit from one of her sprites.
How soulless.
I sense, however, that my profession, as I have described, was not the first definition that came to mind for you. No, of course it was. Damn, she's good. Oh, aye, people our age are generally content to lower their minds into the gutter, so why should you be any different? Especially a hollow vessel such as yourself, untouched by divine grace. To think that all of my fellow candidates would be so unabashedly
I
atheist.
shall cleanse these impurities.
Okay, we got another Angie, except this time she seems a bit more serious, not gonna lie. Okay, you gonna be trouble later down the line? Who knows? The gods have clearly presented me with this challenge such that I may compel change. Dare I ask how you knew of Blaze's non-religious... That's the wrong voice. Dare I ask how you know of Blaze's non-religious status, yeah? I've assumed the assumption that you both just met.
Dear lamb.
Oh, aye, it's my duty to know, dear lamb. But on to more pressing matters.
What is this spiritual disturbance?
Oh, the whisper's correct. Did that doctor fellow really say that he works on Sundays? Yes, what's wrong with that? So she was eavesdropping on us.
Sacrilege!
He profanes the name of our Lord and Saviour. Which one, exactly? Just over half of them. Not gonna lie, something tells me that if you're trying to cover all your bases with every single god, I question your faith to any particular one of them, but okay. God, my tea's getting a bit lukewarm, I need to drink it up. Apologies if you're hearing me gulping tea down throughout this, but never mind.
Whispers guide me.
The rest don't care in the slightest. What a delicate balancing act. To be so in tune to the will of the gods.
You have certainly exceeded my expectations.
I expected no less from a disciple of the ultimate priest. Okay, indeed, there was no other person as devout as he was in our holy order. It's such a shame what happened to him. Certainly was a cruel way to go. Okay, so these characters who they're mentioning, like the psychologist, the mathematician, the priest now. So all these characters from another Killing game. Is that what it's saying here?
I cannot agree.
Okay, that parasite was an evil sent by the Antichrist themselves. Like a wolf released in the dead of the night, it slaughtered the sheep in a cowardly attack befitting of such devil spawn. But yet, if I recall, the ultimate priest was rather insistent as the Antichrist was a certain tyrant. Okay, and perhaps he was. Nobody knew the power of tyranny more than he.
Oh, soft chiming.
But even I can see that the true Antichrist would not have died so easily. Dear Lamb, I have but one question. Why have the colours of your clothes not changed? Excuse me?
Whispers guide me.
When I talk to people, it's routine for their clothing to change colours. They then start to listen more eagerly to my interpretation of the Gospels, after which they are promptly inducted into the religious flock that currently numbers billions. It is a tiresome task as, even though we are many in number, there remain many who would foolishly forsake such guidance. This is why a failsafe was devised. So why? Oh hi, why is it not working? As impressive as that sounds, it seems highly implausible. A lot of people say the same of religion itself. Before their clothing changes colour.
I am but a humble emissary.
Oh, I see how this is. You wish to make fun of me, do you? I would suggest that I can also heal cripples by waving a stick and making a soft chiming noise. I'll have to spend my days conveying relics to the monasteries of the Holy Order. How oddly specific you are. Oh, hi, well that would be correct. Both of those form part of my expansive collection of solemn duties. Okay, you had a sinking feeling, did you, Sigmund, from that? However, in order to heal cripples, I need an actual staff to wave around.
I cannot agree.
Unfortunately, I did not have the foresight to take it with me. I shan't have closed my eyes to the Lord when I did. And now here I am, lost in limbo, staffless, and making a mockery of my divine position. It's only natural to forget things, though. Surely even someone touched by divine grace could make such mistakes. Oh, aye, and perhaps you're correct. However, I do not wish to make excuses for my own inadequacies. To squander so much divine energy is an unforgivable act. To abandon my staff. I shan't have closed my eyes to the Lord when I did. You just said that. We should try and take a mind off things. Charme Sigmund staff? God's plan? Oh, shame. Why did I say What was wrong with me? Why did I read that as being a foreign word for some reason? Just a shame. Alright, why don't you borrow Sigmund's staff? Could you borrow Sigmund's?
How illogical.
But don't be ridiculous, yeah, that's... Okay, impossible. Sigmund's possession. It is just a stick. What? What do you mean, just a stick? It even has an orb attached to it. Of all the things you could have said in my defence.
Why am I not surprised?
That's what you go with. Hey, it would have convinced me. Okay, if you're done with your little squabble. The orb's design may be impressive, but its cloudiness betrays the state of its owner's mind. Like all minds that have yet to be touched by divine grace. Regardless of your views, though, I do hope we can learn to cooperate with each other. This would, of course, be expedited by a swift conversion to any religion of your choice. Except the Church of the Levitating Meatball Monster, of course.
You hear it.
Okay, not an ounce of divine energy to be found betwixt its balls. Wow. Oh, you know about balls. The balls, do you, Levitica? You know about those balls? Those meaty, juicy, succulent balls? You know what, let's not go too far down that route, shall we? Right. We started backing away. We're coming close to the end of the corridor. Perhaps the rest of the candidates are through here. Let us find out, yeah? Ah. Okay, this definitely looks like the fucking gym from Hope's Peak's, Hope's Peak in the talent development plan in V3. Ooh. Sorry. It's got a bit of a frog on the back of my throat then. Just need to gulp down the remainder of my tea. Blaze. Bonk.
Don't mind
Oh,
me.
Jesus. Hello. Alright, you're the buff character, are you? That's interesting. There's always a buff character, usually, in Danganronpa games. Whether it's Sakura or Nekomaru or Gonta. There we go, just drink the remainder of my tea down. Oh, my apologies, I didn't mean to go at you so fast. Okay, I'm gonna guess you're something sports or martial arts related. Hunt. Pardon? Oh, that's your name, is it? Hunt. What kind of a voice would I give you? Something, maybe, Hunt, that's my name. No. Go real deep. Hunt, that's my name. He stuck out a hand, which you gingerly shook. Just don't do that again. There's only one of me after all. The one, the only.
For the revolution!
The ultimate hunt. What's your actual talent? Or did you name yourself after... God, why can I not speak today? What's going on here? Or did you name yourself after the ultimate hunt in V3? Oh, I almost thought he was bad-mouthing me for a second. The ultimate hunt?
Something's not right about this.
Who's saying that's your name? Ah, yes.
Please, allow me to formally introduce myself, comrade. My name is Personal Trainer, and I am the ultimate hunt.
I think you mean your name is Hunt and you're the ultimate personal trainer, don't you? I told you it was something to do with sports. He's very Nekomaru-esque, though, with like the chains and things, and the fact that he's very buff. Okay, sure. I think he's a bit mixed up in the head. Maybe he's been whacked in the head by one too many fucking basketballs or something. That sounds even more wrong. Okay, you know what? We're going full crazy on this one. Okay, sounds like a bit of a hunt, so I'll just assume that's his name.
What's going on?
What are you? He leaned in so close that you could feel his breath against your skin. Okay, too close, bud. Now as punishment for walking into me like a common cur.
Let's see some push-ups.
Drop down and give me 20. What? I said drop down and give me 20! That's an order, comrade! Comrade? What was up with that weird salute he gave
Let
me?
us delay no more.
You too, comrade thinker! It would be impertinent to saddle a comrade with all the work.
My sincerest apologies.
Oh boy, that voice is going to kill my throat very, very quickly if I keep that up. I may end up changing it. But if you have a request that doesn't involve physical labour, I'd be interested. He's not going to like that, is he? Labour, you say? I like it, especially if you take out the U. What is that music? I thought for a second it was... I thought for a second it was playing Rule Britannia in the background, which would have been a bit weird. Okay, that's a very Sakura pose, that is. That is fucking Rule Britannia. Yeah, it's fucking Rule Britannia. Why is there Rule Britannia in the background? That's very unusual for a Danganronpa game. Okay, maybe I should give him the posh voice. Oh. Okay, it's going to be difficult to sort of read and do commentary at the same time when that's going in the background, but... Okay, or you know what, Hunt? You're going to get the posh voice instead, the posh British voice. I like it, especially if you take out the U. Come again, yeah?
Fabulous work, comrade.
Yes, to know that I am a member of the Labour Party. Clearly you are not above the rest of these lowly cretins. Aha! He must be the candidate for Labour. Okay. I don't know... What is even happening? Alright, so now we've got Blaze. I was giving Blaze the posh voice, but I might change Blaze then. You know what? We'll give Blaze the friggin' Aussie accent then. G'day mates, let me guess, you're acquainted with the ultimate tyrant?
With vigour!
Yes, of course. Many a great nation has fallen before the tyrannical fury of the mighty dictator. My apologies, old boy. Patriotic songs in the background and all that. I was at his side the whole time.
For the great British Empire!
Right, that's why the... Okay, so he's actually British, right? Even maybe the head of all operations in the Great British Empire, the place of our central command post. What is the fucking backstory here? What is going on in this one? G'day mates, that was really a thing. Come to think of it, are you British? Your accent makes it, it's written always so, this?
Please.
No, I am not British. Okay, right. I understand the accent doesn't exactly help, but it was the ultimate tyrant himself who took quite a liking to Britain. Why, one of our grandest buildings is right there in the heartland. You should drop by sometime and I'll show you around.
For the revolution!
The views are fabulous.
Oh, poppycock.
This is so weird. This did not go in a direction that I was expecting. Just wait for that to stop. But it seems that neither of you have the qualities we're looking for in a slave. G'day mates, and what qualities would those be? A slave? We've only just met. You wallaby. You're an insubordinate lout who can't even do 20 push-ups for starters. Why, it's as if you've never served a day of military service in your life. G'day mates, I haven't though.
That only makes sense.
I was designated to the classroom, so that's where I ended up instead. Insubordination, classrooms, the country without compulsory military service.
What rubbish!
Don't tell me you're acquainted with the late Ultimate Puzzler. G'day mates, yeah, I was his teacher. Apologies for the g'day mates, everybody, but when I do the Australian voice, I often have to do that just to get into the zone for it. What?
Preposterous!
Pardon, rather. Preposterous, you look to be about the same age. G'day mates, where I come from, something like age doesn't really matter. If you have the skill to do something such as teaching, they wouldn't even mind letting a 5-year-old teach a classroom full of adults. They are the memories. Interesting, yeah. I was under the impression that the world empire's individual sovereign states had more uniformly identical systems, yeah. Yes, our uniforms are indeed identical.
How foolish.
That's not what I meant, yeah. As were our systems of physical labour. Capability over age, and from each according to their own. I'm also wrong voice. G'day mates, I'm also surprised you were able to point out the puzzler's age similarity. I was often told that he looked considerably younger than me. And still am.
How
a fucking
revolutionary.
wallaby. Well, they say we in the Labour Party are great at sizing people up. It helps to be able to identify your own premium quality slave.
Silence, slave!
But enough of this load of tosh. Have you no shame? Excuse me? Who do you think you are? Teaching your protege, that ultimate puzzler, to disobey direct orders from our supreme leader. He did it of his own accord, you wallaby.
What rubbish!
Wait for it. I think it's coming to the crescendo. Well, what a grand set of music to do this scene on. Rubbish, are you saying that we learn nothing from our teachers? A large part of me exists only by the benevolence of our supreme leader. Yet he wasn't that oh, wrong voice. G'day mates, yeah, he wasn't that convincing.
That only makes sense.
Literally everyone refused to be a slave, so you can't just blame my pupil.
Allow me to retract my statement.
Indeed, you're correct. Perhaps I spoke out of turn.
Let us delay no more.
I shall make you amends by providing you with an ongoing supply of tea and biscuits once we get out of here. That's fine, It really wasn't a big deal, matey. I thought of tea and biscuits on a Friday morning, though. The appeal is certainly there. Not a big deal.
Preposterous!
Neither is enslaving entire countries, but those tribunals make a big deal of it all the time. What are you, a fucking war criminal or something? What's going on here?
Just you watch.
How about this? Ask me anything. Anything? Yes, anything. Your leader? What's your talent? Birds and bees? Well, fuck it. We've got to learn about the birds and bees, ladies and gents. G'day mates, about the birds and the bees. You gonna tell me? Are you messing with me?
Silence, slave!
There's no way you don't already know at your age. G'day mates, I also can't believe I'm actually asking this. And you're a teacher for crying out
I
loud.
asked a question.
Yeah, and a teacher always expects their questions to be answered.
What would Freud say?
Well, I see you're already playing the teacher card, yeah? Hunt? Why, you sneaky little blighter. Okay, listen up, slave. When two people love each other very much, they engage in this ritual called... You find yourself leaning forward in anticipation. Biscuits and chill. Yes, that's exactly what all we British people get up to. If I can put out the plate of digestives to dunk into the tea, and we do so in a very sensual, suggestive manner. Yeah, g'day mates, biscuits and chill. You won't understand, it's a British thing. Exactly, see? You know? All of us UK viewers and people, and all the UK viewers watching this, they will understand. You know? You don't proceed to third base straight away. First, you gotta, have the romance of the plate of biscuits laid out. It's like you reach one, and then the person you're with, they reach for one at the same time. It's one of those moments where suddenly your hands brush, your hands meet over the biscuit, and suddenly you look up at each other and you both blush. You blush over the plate of hobnobs or whatever. And then you basically take it to the bedroom and you fuck like rabbits. That's what happens. Don't question it. What were we talking about again? Is it really?
How foolish.
That sounds positively ridiculous.
Just you watch.
Oh, but people often say the same thing about my... maybe a story for another time. G'day mates, my own teacher used to say that you can learn a lot from people by asking them stupid questions. God, it's so hard to fucking do commentary with that in the background. Let's get the fuck out of here. Seems that in this case he was both right and so very wrong. Well, I think that's enough excitement for all of us. I must continue the recruitment drive post-haste.
For the Great British Empire.
By Jove, I'll be successful at least once today, or my name isn't Rommel. What? He stomped off in a huff before you could say anything. G'day mates, your name isn't Rommel, though.
How enlightening.
What a frigging weird exchange that was. Hunt is certainly an interesting fellow, you are. G'day mates, I think all the candidates are. I feel positively normal in comparison, and that's saying something. A reasonable observation given the circumstances. However, it is important to see normality for what it is.
This is but a social construct.
A mere construct firmly rooted into the company you keep. Yeah, if I wanted a lesson, mate, I would have asked for it. Yeah, but... Jeez. What the hell is wrong with you, scrubs? Okay, someone else is here. Oh, what the... What? This feels... like we're actually being put into the game. What, are we having a chase scene? Right off the bat? Josie, over here! That's what he's going to call... That's going to be, oh, what the... Ooh! Okay, I don't know if we want to be near that. Are we just going downstairs? Oh, hello. I mean, it's an interesting form of chase sequence, but, okay. Oh! Well, there's another one right there. I guess I'm going this way, am I? Jesus. Oh! Well, that's another one. Oh, well, you're over there now? Don't go that way, Josie. Over here. That's Shuichi's pet name for Kaide now. Oh! Well, yeah, that one's en route. Okay. Yeah. Oh, I can sprint, can't I?